Hey you guys, thanks so much for hopping on for this training. I am going to show you how to set up an opt-in using Flodesk. So in this series, we have talked about what an opt-in is. We've talked about how to create one, how to know, how to do the research to know what a good opt-in is. We've talked about why you would need them. And now we're kind of getting into the putting it all together and the tech know-how and the tech details, because I don't want the tech parts to be what holds you back from taking action on building your audience and building your email list. So it can be overwhelming especially if you're not a tech person. It can be so overwhelming to try and do on your own. So I'm not going to set it up for like every kind of email platform. I use Flodesk. There's a link down below if you want to give them a try. They do a 30-day trial, and you don't even have to put a credit card in or anything. And then if you use my link, or my code, then you can get 50% off of their price, which is crazy cheap and right now it's like there's no caps on how big your email list is. So it's just crazy cheap, which is amazing because it's so user friendly and super aesthetically pleasing. They're really beautiful layouts and everything's kind of done for you. It's kind of a plug and play. It's great. So I used to use MailChimp, and there were some things I loved, some things I hated. And so I'm not going to show you how to set it up in MailChimp, but it is pretty similar. But there's a lot of other email providers. So you can watch this and follow step by step if you use Flodesk, or if you want to do a trial and try setting one up yourself to compare to what you're already using right now. Or you can watch it to have the steps just to get you on the right path for whatever your current email tech guy is. So provider. So in Flodesk, they call, so there's emails. This is any of the emails that I send out. Audience, you can segment them, and then you have subscribers as a whole, but you can segment them down into anything. And then, which you always want, you do whatever email provider you're using, you do always want to segment your people. You want to know where they're coming from and really nurture the workflow to them, really nurture them along the funnel that works for them, as opposed to talking generalities and solving general problems for everybody. So it is good to segment, know where you're at, watch your numbers and see where you're growing, where you're not growing, and really focus your energy on what is working, and just keep nurturing those people and keep giving them more. Anyway, so then there's forms, and that's the opt-in. So we'll talk about that. And then there's also workflows, and that's your funnel, which we'll have another training on that. Those are super easy to set up, and it's a great way to automate a sequence for your audience and for specific segments. So we'll talk about all of that in different trainings. But the forms is what we want to do right now. So I'm going to click on forms. I just created these other two for two other trainings, and now we're going to do a new one for the Instagram training. So you can search your forms there, but we're going to create new. And then I'm going to move my picture up here. Okay, so a pop-up would be one on your website. So someone's been on your website for 30 seconds or however long, and then a pop-up goes and says, oh, do you like this? Do you want to be part of the community? Blah, 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 put in your email. Opt-in. That's a pop-up. Inline also goes on your website or on your landing page, and this is just like in there, kind of a ribbon banner thing right there. And then full page is what we're going to be using, and that looks like this. There's only really the one option. You can customize it a little bit, but it's pretty standard. So we are going to go to customize, and then we're going to start with a segment. So usually if I'm creating a new opt-in, then I'm usually going to create a new segment, because I want to because I always want to know where people are coming from. And so this is going to be, this new opt-in is going to be a new way that people are coming in. So this one, the file that we created was the perfect Instagram profile checklist. So this is going to be an Instagram group. They found this link, maybe it was a Pinterest pin or something I was talking about in my stories, maybe even, yeah, one of those places, maybe even something else. But so they were interested in a perfect Instagram, how to work on their Instagram. So I'm going to create a new segment for them. So you can create your own segment. You can use one of your segments you already had, but I recommend new opt-in, new segment. So we're going to do Instagram, what was it called? Profile checklist opt-in. And then, so you put it in and then enter, and then it's there now. So save, great. So anybody that puts their email, their information into this, this link, then they're going to go right into its own segment, and that's going to be the Instagram pop-up. I'm going to know always that they came from this opt-in. This is what they were originally interested in, and this is why they wanted to follow me or like be part of the community. So a graphic, you can upload your image here, and then top 5 secrets to social media revealed. Obviously, we're going to change that, and we're going to say the perfect, Instagram profile checklist. And then one thing too is you can get hung up for a long time when you're creating emails from scratch or something like this, especially if you haven't done it before. You're not sure what works and what doesn't work. And so one thing that's really great about Flodesk is they plug in a lot of like a starting point for you. So you're never starting from scratch. You can always like you can see from where it pulled up how long their title was. That is something that you want to stay pretty similar in that formatting. And then the description, I know I need one. And this is kind of, they start it with a question. They recognize I got you. And then they give them a call to action right here. And so you kind of want to follow that format. You can definitely change it up to be in your own words, and customized to your brand and your authentic voice. But they give you a starting point, and that is really great for a lot of people who just need to get started. Just try it out and need to get started. So does Instagram, I'm just going to swap that. Does Instagram engagement, fill request for you, I got you, sign up below to receive the perfect Instagram profile checklist. Full of must-dos and secrets the pros aren't sharing. Okay. Download your free, I'm going to click here, your free checklist. And then I'm going to change the coloring. You can do the fill color over here. I already have my branded colors in here. So we will put that. I'm trying to think what the graphic was like. We'll put that there. You can change your kind of button. You can change your font. Change the size, the weight of it, the text color if you want. You can drop it from all caps to all lowercase. Spacing you can change. So if you want the letters closer together. Okay. and then uploading the image. So I forgot to do the image. I didn't create one. Usually I'll create one. I will real fast. So I just copied that. So now I have this and it's safe and it's not messed up. And then I'm going to delete this. Oh, hopefully it won't. And delete all these. I'm going to make this big. What font is that? Pathway Gothic. Duplicate this and change it to the Pathway Gothic. And everything's caps. Instead of going back and deleting that, I can just click uppercase, the perfect Instagram. Profile checklist. And then I'm going to get an element and put an element behind that because I feel like I need something else. Okay. And then sometimes I like to I'm going to upload. Because it's a PDF. Okay, so then I'm also going to take a screenshot of this and upload it. Oh, there it goes. I'm going to go to Elements and what is this? Maybe even tilt it a little bit. We'll see how that looks. Let's see. We'll go back to our uploads and see if it's in there. And we're going to drop it in here. So let me edit the image. Oh, there we go. I'll adjust. Okay, we're gonna adjust the image. I just want to blur it out a little bit so that they like just this tiny bit so that they can see what it says, but they can't see what it says. And then I might even do this like a lighter orange, or maybe I just feel like there's a lot of orange going on. Okay, and sometimes I love this. Graphic, but sometimes it has that like the spots are kind of distracting. So I will go to elements and get a circle and drop it in and match it to the same color and just put it in the middle behind the words. So no one else would ever know that there was a circle there, but it fills in the words. And then see how it kind of covered up there. We're going to go position forward. Okay. That's better. That way. And then elements, we could do Instagram. Mm-hmm. That would be kind of cute. I have the pro version, so I like to do that. Nothing on here that I love. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to download that, number one. And I'm just going to do it as a PNG. And we're going to download. A PNG is just an image. A PDF is like a file that I want to put to like a page. Okay, so now with that downloaded, we're going to go back to Flodesk and we're going to upload an image. And we're going to go to Instagram. Okay, so now I've got that. Maybe I'll change this to orange or something, pink. So it's not so much yellow. Okay, so now I've got a graphic there. I've put in my information. I want to change the aesthetic of these. And the nice thing is once you have one set up, once you have it set up, you can duplicate it. So you're just updating the information, not like reformatting everything every time. But I just wanted to kind of show you. And let's see. And you can create a template for yourself for this if you want it to be really fast and have them always be the same. Or you can do like an A/B testing to see which works better, which has a higher converting rate. So then next we're going to go to, you can change this also if you want to capture their first and their last name. And then this is the final message. So if you don't have them go straight to a custom link, this is what the message will look like. Okay, so now we're going to go to next. And then do you want to be notified when a new subscriber opts in? Hopefully you're going to get a lot of subscribers and that's going to be annoying. You don't want to be you don't want that all the time, but maybe there's a few different things you could do in your sequencing and with your CRMs with that, but I don't like to get all the notifications. So continue. Okay, so this is what should happen after this form is submitted. Do you want to display a success message, which we briefly looked over? They have a bunch of different kinds of templates for that. Or do you want to redirect your subscribers to a URL? That's what we want to do because we want to give them, so you could do the success message and then set up a workflow so that they get the PDF in an email from you. So you could set up your workflow something like they get that. They go to that link with the opt-in, they put in their email, and then get a message that says, "Oh, great! Check your email in 5 minutes. We've sent it to you." And then in that time, the workflow is set up to send it to them in an email. So they're starting to get emails from you, or you can redirect the subscribers to a URL. And so that's what this is. Our link that we created over in the Google Drive, the shareable link, that's what this is right here. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go back over to the Flodesk, and I'm going to paste it in here. So now we've got our Google Drive link, and that's in there. We're going to hit continue. And now we have our link for the opt-in. So this would be, so say I was doing a pin on Pinterest, I would attach the pin link to here. So when the pin says something about the Instagram guide, then they would click on it and it would go to this link, and this link would look like, we can see. We're going to test it. Bam, there it is. So they put in their email, their first name, their email, download your free checklist, and then it pops up like this. And that's it. And then now you have their information when you have more trainings on Instagram, or you have something going on. You want to keep the conversation going, keep sending them information, keep getting to know them. And that is how you do it. So we will talk about a workflow in another training, and that's where you would funnel them from here. So you would keep sending them emails, and they would all be automated with special offers and different kinds of things, so that they get to know you a little bit, you get to know them, and they know what you have to offer. Because if you have something, hopefully your opt-in is aligned with what you have to offer. And so if you have more for them, then you need to let them know that you do. And so that's what we'll talk about in the workflow training coming up, how to create a good funnel. But for now, I just really felt like this was a really important training to do, because I couldn't find, in my own mind, having never done it, I wasn't exactly sure how they would get the deliverables. Like, how does it get to them? How do I email them in an automated way? And the kicker was, like, the missing step for me was the link of the PDF from my Google Drive, making sure that there was a link for someone to access that. And also not knowing that that's how people do it, and that it's a secure way to do it, not just like trying to DIY it myself and experiment and put my own Google Drive at risk, or anything like that. So it was nice. It was nice to learn, and it was hard for me to learn, especially if you're doing this on your own and you don't have a community of women to rally around and help you. It's great to be able to find these kinds of things online. So I always appreciate people providing value for me online and helping me to get past these little tech hiccups. So I hope that that's what this training was for you. And there is so much more to come in this series. So I hope to see you soon.